Hello and welcome back to another installment of Fodder, and in today's video we are going to discuss what is coming up this week in Jurassic World Alive. But before we get into what you can expect this week in Jurassic World Alive, I do want to let you know if you want to watch live arena battles or maybe even raid bosses, you can catch me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays over on Twitch. And just so that you never miss out on any of the action, make sure you are following me on Twitter. I will always post whenever I go live. Links, as always, are in the description below. All right, so let's talk about the week ahead. We have a debuff and swap in creature mix for the week of July 27th through August 2nd. Can you believe it's August already? On Mondays and Tuesdays, we have commons, and that's Dinochirius, although that's not spelled Dinochirius. The spelling is of the new common creature that entered into 2.1, the Deinonychus. I don't know if it's going to be the Deinonychus or if it's going to be the Dinochirius, or Dinochirius, but one of those two I'm sure is going to be. You have Diplodocus, you have Inostrancevia, and you have Monolophosaurus Gen 2. As far as commons go, just start whatever's around or whatever you are specifically working on. There's nothing here that's super enticing, so probably just whatever's on your map. Moving on to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have Diplodocus Gen 2, Dilophosaurus, which is now an exclusive creature, and Coolosuchus Gen 2. Typically, the rule of thumb is always dart the exclusive. And then for your epics on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to have Coolosuchus, Pyroraptor, and Monolophosaurus. Again, like, there's nothing really bad here, but there's nothing that's like you have to dart this. Those are all going to be the debuff creatures, and that means that swap-in creatures are going to be in strike towers. Of note, you want to pay attention on Tuesday, you're going to have a rare strike tower, and you're also going to have an attack stat boost tower. Make sure you don't miss out on either one of those. Wednesday, there's not really much happening, but there's a very good reason why. Moving on to Thursday, you're going to have a scent strike tower, another rare strike tower, and then you're going to have a health boost strike tower. Friday looks to be an Ediphosaurus epic strike tower. Make sure you do that. I believe it's 500 DNA for defeating that tower of the Ediphosaurus. Then on Saturday, it's not listed here, but I believe you have a trial, an epic trial. So make sure you keep your eye out for that. You also are going to have a speed boost strike tower. And then on Sunday, you are going to have an epic strike tower for swap-in creatures. Now, you may have noticed last week that your coins are a little bit short from these towers. Everything points to the fact that the coins got nerfed as far as how many you get for each tower, but the DNA has been buffed up a little bit. I don't have any raw numbers to actually confirm that. I can tell you for sure it was about a 25% nerf on the coins, but I'm not sure about the DNA specifically. And finally, remember, we now have raids Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, your local time. So if you are across the world, across the international date line, you're going to be moving into the Monday raids a couple of hours from when I'm recording this. Monday is going to be Sinoceratops. Tuesday is going to be Mammotherium. Wednesday is Mortem Rex again. And then on Thursday is going to be Smilonimes. As of recording this video, I'm not sure if or how much any of these raid bosses are going to change. My personal opinion is that the stats will change, or the minions will change, or something about it is going to change. I don't foresee us getting the exact same raid bosses every single week after week. But as we know more, I will be sure and relay that information. Make sure you are subscribed with the alert notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the newest updates. It has been a while since I've done any arena battles on my channel, so I'm going to go ahead and do a couple. We'll see if I'm 2-0, we'll stop there. If I'm 1-1, then we'll go on to a tiebreak third, and if I'm 0-2, then it probably means I need to hang it up. But haven't done any of these in a while, so let's jump into the arena, see what has changed in 2.0. All right, here we go. That actually took 3 tries to find a battle, which is pretty surprising. I'm not super high up here. All right, so my options are, I have a fierce resilient, I have a resilient, 2 resilience, and then I have a fierce cunning creature. I'm actually going to open with Ardentis Maxima. The reason being is because I only have 1 cunning, and I should have gone with my cunning creature. I'm probably going to lose this. For some reason, I just feel like everybody has a higher level Maxima than I do. The reason why I'm running Aloraptor significantly underleveled is because Aloraptor does an amazing job in this current meta. at even levels, it'll take out a Maxima that is 3 levels higher. So mine's level 25, and I can take out a level 28 as long as they're even levels, which typically doesn't happen, but I should be pretty good to go for the revenge kill here. We'll see what happens with Max, because I'm definitely going to get knocked out here. I could even swap, and in fact, well, hold on, let me see. I don't think I want to eat 32, although he could just do resilient. So I'm going to count on my opponent doing resilient, and then hopefully getting some nice damage in here on the counterattack, and then getting the knockout. Thank goodness we didn't get hit with a crit. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done here, which means now a rampage is definitely coming. I'm going to swap right back over into Maxima to eat this big rampage, and I think that was probably the best way that I could have possibly played that. It really sets up my Alloraptor to come in on the next turn if I so chose, and I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I could go right back to Trico, but I want to save Trico in case my opponent is running like an Earladom or something of that nature. So I'm going to go with my Big Daddy, was this, a high pounce for 3k damage. My opponent's trying to figure out what they want to do here. So they're going to do their swap out too into Dracoceratops. Dracoceratops is a bad Mamba Jamba at 5105 HP, but without the ability to regen, this is probably going to be a pretty easy KO. So 2105, if I look, I can see that my 1.5 times attack here is going to be plenty good. Don't have to worry about the regen and then regen and run or anything of that. So it's a pretty easy knockout. Also, Maxima for my opponent is kind of a life support. Not really concerned about that there. And I'm back with a fresh new Alloraptor. My high pounce is back. My rending takedown is ready. I have lots of options here. And I'm actually just going to swap out against this cunning creature. This is why I was saving my Trico, is because I wanted to be able to get Trico up against a cunning creature. This worked out perfectly for me. Long invincibility. Not really going to help out just a whole lot here, because I'm going to go with the shield breaker. What that did is it did allow my opponent to not face my big attack right here. But basically at this point, because Trico is so good, I can take the speed lead and never relinquish it back over to Orion. So that's always good news there. We can go right here. Like, even if they do, what is it, sidestep, I'm still going to maintain the speed lead. They're going to bring Max back in, which is fine. I wasn't going for the big rampage move anyways. So my resilient impact is easily going to get the knockout here, and I still have my big 2x rampage locked and loaded. And now Orion has about half health, maybe a little bit less. They're going to bring in a Udorinox, which is actually a pretty nice little play here. This damage is going to be close. 1944. I'm just going to go full rampage here. Let's see. Nope. 2041. I'm not sure. Oh, there. 2916. I just missed it. So now they have their stun move. I'm going to bring back out a resilient creature, because resilient creatures actually completely counter. So let's see if I get stunned or not. If I don't, we're good. I didn't, so I should be good, because all they have left is this and Orion, and I can basically take the speed lead and never relinquish it for either of these two creatures. This should be a 3-2 victory in my favor, no matter what happens here. Even if they swap, I think I do too much damage. If not, I'm still going to maintain the speed lead, and I'm only going to do moves that slow down my opponent. So I'm never going to relinquish my speed lead at this point. So I should be pretty good to go for the victory. I don't even know if I do 2104 damage or not. 2580. Perfect. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And it really is, like, you just got to set up your matchups. can't be afraid to do some swapping around to get yourself into a better matchup. And let's jump into one more battle here. Battle number 2 as we get underway here. Another nice rounded team. The problem here is I do have a lot of cunning creatures, and cunning creatures are not amazing in 2.0. I'm going to lead with Aloraptor just in case we go up against another Ardensis Maxima, and we do. Maxima is probably a high priority lead creature. Now, I'm not going to be able to take this one all the way out. I'm not going to do enough damage. I think I do like 36 on my next attack here. So this is a pretty high level. I mean, at 7649, that how did that knock me out? 12 and 12 is 24, and I missed it. Did they crit? And I missed it? I'll have to go back and watch the tape. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, so now I'm in a bad spot here, like a really bad spot, because Aloraptor was supposed to be my Maxima counter, and since I got knocked out, 13. Oh, they're gonna bring in Draco. Okay. How much HP do I have left here? Nice, we survived that, which means Draco's done now, and that's good. I can survive. I mean, I'm gonna knock out Draco just because the counterattack is going to slow down Draco. Draco is faster than me, but I'm going to slow it down whenever I do my counterattack. So that's going to leave for the easy KO. They can't escape. There's no need to do a bigger attack than necessary here. If you have this situation, the baby attack. And I think it's interesting that they have a level 22 Dracocera. And would they have a 27 or 28 leveled, let's see, what do we want to do here? I don't want to get hit with that. So I'm going to actually swap here, and I'm going to do a little bounce and bounce. I'm going to try to take less damage here on the impact. If the animations are really slow. Like, they look great. I'm glad they're there, but they're really slow. I wish we could speed up animations a little bit. Let's go here. If I get stunned, hopefully this clears out my lockdown, because if I do get stunned, I'm going to swap back into Trico. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So now they're definitely going to try to stun me. So I'm going to swap out. I'm going to do this again. And I need to get this. I need to maintain my speed lead. And they're going to do impact the whole time. They're never going to attack. All right, well, let's just go. And then they do it. Oh, wow. Look at that. How did that not take me out? That's amazing. All right. Well, this is going to be a pretty big hit. Now, I don't have anything faster than 111. That's unfortunate. Which means that my whole plan of swapping into Trico kind of backfired on me. I am going to get the knockout here, but I'm going to lose a lot of HP. Let's see what... I almost lost all of my HP. So let me see. I have shields. That is going to be my one saving grace here, is I have shields. They have a maimed... Oh, this is bad. Fierce is going to counter resilient pretty hard, so this is going to be an L. You know, not really sure what else I could have done. My opponent just waited me out without using the instant charge, and there was just nothing that I could do about it. So that means we are going to break down into the third and decisive battle right here. I will say, I've only baby boosted my creatures. Maybe 6. But I am seeing people who've already gone all in on boosting their creatures. I get smashed by them. People are still making their Thorodolosaurs turbos. That's to be expected. Some people can't get away from it. Although I do have to say, Thor is good now. It's not the most amazing creature you've ever seen, but it is good now. It's definitely worth running on teams. The top 25 are not using it, but the top 25, that's a different meta. That's everything level 30 with 30 boost. And then that meta all comes down to how you build your team. Do you build your Magna for speed and power, or power and HP? And it all comes down to that. At the lower levels where people aren't max boost, that's not the meta at all. So just because top 25 teams are using specific creatures doesn't mean it's in your best interest to use and boost the exact same way. The game is kind of set up so that as you progress, you're going to have to redistribute how you boost your creatures to be successful at the new metas as you climb up. So keep that in mind. Like I said at the end of 1.14, I'm going to focus on boosting a lot more evenly than I have in the past. So it does mean none of my cunning creatures are really going to do me much good. That's not a super strong. Do I want to just go for the 3k damage? No, because then I get knocked out on the counterattack. I'm just going to go for max here, and I'm going to save Orion for the ending. This doesn't look good for me. I have to be honest. Getting rid of this Trico without a fierce. Yeah, and that crit. And this isn't even a big. Like, this is not even that big of a Trichosaurus. But dang, that hurt. So it looks like we're going to go 1 win, 2 losses in this one. The, you know, it's supposed to be paper, rock, scissors. Paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beat paper. The problem is, cunning creatures don't do well against these hybrid fierce creatures. And so the meta, at least in library, is really what fierce creatures or fierce hybrids can you get to defeat the resilient creatures. And that's kind of where we are. Ay caramba, like this is a big fat nothing burger. Although I'm actually going to do this because I really want to get nice. So I'm going to get 1 rampage off here. Ooh, if I could have gotten that down to under 3,000, that would have set up my Alloraptor perfectly. Ooh. Oh man. So then my question becomes, do I risk the 10% crit chance and go with Alloraptor? Or, because they have the rampage. Or do I go crafty? We're going to go crafty. Oh, and I got the crit. If I get 2 turns here, and I don't know that I am, Resilient Strike is going to be bad news for me. Can Group T Cell 28. I feel like my only option is to do this. If they do Resilient Strike again, I lose. That's the thing of it. But if they do Resilient Strike and I go big hit, then they lose. If they go Resilient Strike and I don't go big hit, dang. And Resilient Strike takes out. Should have just played right at him. If I'd have just gone for a big hit, would have been fine. But there you go. Just like that. That really highlights the problem that cunning creatures have in this current meta right there is, yes, I was going up against a Resilient, but the problem is Trico's a Fierce and it slows down, and Resilience slow down. And so Cunning just doesn't do enough power to overcome the fact that they're always slowed. Another thing that I've really found, that if any of the developers are watching, you got it. Like at the top of your priority, you guys have priority lists, right? You know, it's what you guys have told me in the past is you guys have these have to be fixed, and then these are down lower on the we want to get them fixed. You have to fix dynamic text. Have to, because there are way too many times where we'll say I have my Alloraptor and I do my high pounce, and it says for 1 turn 2 attacks, I believe is, let me get the wording on this right. Yeah, for high pounce, it says reduce damage 50% for 2 attacks lasting 1 turn. The problem that's happening is, we'll use Thor as the example because this is where I've noticed it the most. I'm faster than Thor. I attack first, I go high pounce. Their damage is reduced 50% for their first impact. But then when they go instant charge, it's the full attack, even though dynamic text still shows the 50% reduction. So it's only lasting for 1 attack and half of a turn. Because if a full turn is I go and you go, that's a full turn. It's only lasting for a they go. It doesn't last again until an I go. And it's only lasting for 1 attack. So either the dynamic text is wrong, the wording on this is wrong, or the mechanics are wrong. But that has to be fixed, because I've lost over the past couple days, over the weekend, I've been watching stuff. I've lost so many matches because my opponent shows that they're at 50 or 60 speed and they're faster than that. And so when I put in my creature that I'm like, okay, I'm faster, I can get the knockout, and then they actually go first and knock me out, that's not good. So those have to be fixed. I hope you guys are working on that patch immediately, because that really is game breaking. If you don't know or have any kind of representation as to what speed or what damage your opponents are actually doing, there's no way for you to strategize against it. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow morning on Twitch. If you want to do some Sino battles, we'll jump into there, maybe do some more arena battles. And that's all I've got for this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time.